2nd and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Here's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Henry Anderson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. There he goes, right side. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early. And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
They don't want it, boys. They don't want it. They don't want it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Running with Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And this is caught at the 8. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. On second down, it's Bell. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
40 seconds to Mike. 40 seconds to Mike.
A first down throw, Darnold. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded. But there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skilled players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in. But the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning. And he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 43 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. Darnold completes to Bell. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. On 4th down, the Jets turn things over to Locke Edwards to punt it. Marcus Sherrills deep for the Saints. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Looking to throw on second down. Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for. Now they'll try to convert on third. Breeze now. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Breeze to another long-time vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first. On play action. Now Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 17-yard line. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Breeze to throw again. And this is caught at the 8. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Lutz is good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at the top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against this secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those 4. What a matchup that would have been, but it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right, and Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year, they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL with a special class of 20. So get ready for those speeches.
I wonder if they'll do it like Johnny Robinson this year, who actually submitted a video instead of going up to the podium. And his speech was about 5 minutes long, which is probably about the right length.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
Hey, foxtrot.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Breeze. He sets the fire deep, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Smith catches left side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the checks and you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say they had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. They'll run with a fullback line. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They go with a fullback line. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Breeze going to go on 4th down. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Von Bell.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside of the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing now is Breeze. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas there to make the grab. As they're now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball. I said, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Here's Bell. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Flushed out right. Got an open man to the right. That's Wesco. And all the way down to the 29. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 49 yards. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. He had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bell. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up second and 7. They'll run it with Bell. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. The Jets on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw, Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. A run, it's Murray. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And you and I, we just looked at each other and kind of had the same thought. I don't think that we saw this result coming. If they were going to win, maybe at home, but not here on the road.
No, not at all. We thought that at the end, the strength would win out. And that didn't happen. But let's give them credit. Went on the road without being intimidated. Went on the road with not just belief, but a strong belief that they could pull it off, and took advantage of every opportunity in this one.